Today we're going to show you the AI technology that is able to transform any text into speech and read it in such a natural sounding way that it's tough to tell it was generated by a computer and not a real human being. But before that, let me tell you something. Videos without a good voiceover will not convert, will not get you clicks. Since the dawns of humanity, people would gather around the fire and listen to stories. That's why a good video is not efficient without a good voiceover that tells the actual story. The problem is that not all of us have a nice friendly voice like Morgan Freeman. Or we just don't feel comfortable recording ourselves. Previously the solution was to hire a professional voiceover artist. But there are two problems going down that route. Number one, they are very expensive. And number two, you'll have to wait 3 to 5 days for the voiceover to be completed. How cool would it be to just enter your text and generate a perfect sounding voiceover, with a voice that would sound as cool as, well, my voice?
Or maybe a nice distinctive British voice, like mine.
Or a friendly Indian voice like mine? Or an Australian voice, like mine.
How cool would that be? The most natural sounding text-to-speech software on, hey, I'm Joey, and I'm one of the 30 AI voices from. You listened to this until now and you probably couldn't tell I'm not a real human voice. That's because I understand exactly what each phrase is saying, and I know how to put inflections in my voice, just like a real human would do. I was coded in that way that my neuro-linguistic engine will analyze the phrases, and I'll understand when I'm enumerating something, when I have to emphasize a word, or I need to take a deep breath. But you don't have to worry about any of these things. You can generate as many voiceovers as you want with only 3 clicks. Yes, you heard me right. Only 3 clicks. Click number 1. Just paste the text you want to be transformed into speech in our online text editor. Click number 2. Choose the language and voice that you want to use. We offer male, female and even kids' voices. And finally, click number 3. Click on generate and in 5 seconds your voiceover is ready to be downloaded. How cool is that? And you didn't have to pay a single cent. And didn't have to wait a week to receive your voiceover. We offer voices that are perfect for training videos, voices that are perfect for presentation videos, and voices that sound like Hollywood movie trailers, and even kid voices that sound joyful and innocent. All our voices have elements that make a voice sound real, and include all the voice expressions needed to make people more engaged in your content and make it sound professional. Actually, 98% of the people hearing a voiceover generated with speech can't tell it's not a real human voice. This created with a voice from speech, and you are still here watching and listening to what I have to say. That proves my point. You'll be able to transform any text into speech. You'll get over 30 human sounding voices. You'll be able to create voiceovers in over 23 languages, and you'll be able to create as many voiceovers as you want.
You can do it all free if you are resourceful. Stick to the location where the free API can be used online, with no option to store, save, and all of which you can handle yourself. And that's where some effort of self-learning will be required. It will involve some tactics, and much of them will be simple tricks. Alternatively, meaning for those who do not have a clue, it might either be a subscription-based or pay-per-use service or application, and most of them will still involve network connectivity, meaning a broadband that meets at least a minimum speed of 500 kilobits per second. Remember, that is not an average speed requirement but an absolute minimum speed requirement with a safe margin. These are all driven from the web cloud services. I guess that kind of services could only come via a fiber broadband connection. When you are ready to embark on projects as these, you will search using the keywords text-to-speech. You have been given the momentum and the inspiration. A reasonable desktop computer and some fundamental audio gear as recommended if you intend to do any of these on a regular basis. I have been using one that uses the Google API, and it is still in development, and been trying out some
Malayalam
text-to-speech as well. At this point I think the Google API supports some 220 languages, including several major Indian languages too. For me, that part is a bit time-consuming because I can't write in
Malayalam.
Reading is hard too, perhaps 10 words per minute. Hence, it is always a English to Malayalam translation at text level and then having to listen to it in
Malayalam.
If it does not sound right, I would have to tweak the English to wiggle the
Malayalam
to sound just about right. This is where a capability to write in
Malayalam,
or at least be able to directly correct the
Malayalam
would have been helpful. In general, I guess you get the idea. Hope this has been useful and it has stirred you on. Just wish me well and a comment would be fine. Thank you and share this, if you will. You got it free and let someone come across it and make something out of it. Adios. Signing off as Stan of
Kadapara Kumbanat.